Hello guys, and welcome to the ProDota Cup series by Hitbox TV. We are watching the match between XIAODIAN and MVP Revolution in the SCA version of this tournament, the last match of the day. Not only is it the last match of the day, but it's the last match of the last best of two of the day. So, even more intensity here, as whoever wins this matchup will have the lasting impression on all of their rivals and putting the fear in their hearts. And for now, MVP Revolution is looking as the prospect winner for this next matchup, as they destroy XIAODIAN in the first game of this best of two, quite convincingly, honestly, after having a great cohesive draft, a very strong early game, and well, just snowballing from there. That said, guys, we are watching the ProDota Cup series. We're on every day, and for today, the casters will be myself, DSwordfish, and joining me will be Corrupt Robot. How you doing, man?
Oh, XIAODIAN already banned out that tree and protector.
Yeah.
Really didn't want to see it again.
I mean, that really screwed their game early on. They're picking up the Shadow Shaman, which I think is even more interesting. It's a pick that some teams really like. We did see, I believe, who was it in the Kiev Major? Was it Secret that played them once? Or, there was certainly a team that played him a couple times. I thought, oh, wow, I actually prefer the Shadow Shaman. But anyway. That's going to be working for XIAODIAN here. As they already have an Ursa and a Shadow Shaman. That's a very strong lane, honestly. Easy to win this.
No, I think XIAODIAN, recognizing how much MVP like to go for the strong early game there, have picked up a Magnus. A really good counter to people who like to 5-man.
It's true. That RP can be very powerful. You can stop the snowball easily. And you also don't really need to get much out of the lane, because all you need is Magnus, honestly, is maxing in power and a big shockwave. So, yeah, it's actually a really safe pick, honestly. I mean, this is the pick of the moment. Together with, not Bounty Hunter, not Bounty. Together with Legion Commander Warlock, the most annoying lane you could ever face, because you have so much goddamn healing between Legion Commander and Warlock that it's almost impossible to kill this hero. Even against Ursa, I think she can actually do quite decently.
XIAODIAN's actually gone for quite a greedy draft. Those two supports, they want farm.
Yeah.
They want a lot of money for them. None of them wants to play a position 5 role. And that's strange that they'd pick a Shadow Shaman into a Ricky. That smoke cloud could stop his shackles and really screw up any further spell usage.
It's true. Especially the hex, you would want to go shackles into hex, so you can, if you stop him with a smoke screen as opposed to a stun, then you're pretty much stunned for the team fight, because Shadow Shaman's movement speed is not particularly that great. His attack range is already pretty bad, so
and a bad turn rate as well. He's going to try and run away from the Ricky.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. If you try to give him your back, he's going to kill you anyway.
Yeah.
The Bounty Hunter, though, I don't think is that bad of a pick. It's not that greedy, because the Trackled can allow him to relegate himself to position 5. He's like one of the few position 4s that can start as position 4 and then end up being position 5, because of the Trackled he gets. So, I actually kind of like XIAODIAN. It's better than last draft, for sure.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to pick a mid laner who has a good team fight. Because Bounty Hunter's team fight is abysmal.
It's true. It is true. He has a boomerang. That's pretty much all
yeah.
you can. I mean, not sorry. Sure.
If you can track everybody in the team fight and then it's good, but it requires everyone to be tracked.
Exactly, which is definitely not going to happen, because you also have to press the attack from the Legion Commander and a potential Lotus Orb eventually. So you can easily dispel those things. That said, we are down to the last two picks. We're needing a mid for MVP Revolution, assuming Troll Warlord is not going to be played mid, which is still a possibility, or Legion, but Legion Warlock is most likely the lane. And XIAODIAN are missing themselves a mid as well. Again, unless Ursa is being played in the mid lane, but it doesn't seem like it unless you're picking a melee mid hero. So, what can we see for these two teams? Honestly, for XIAODIAN, I would not mind seeing an Outworld Devourer, because you have a bit of team fight. That the Hurricane Pike helps you a lot against the Ricky, just having one of the hero like that. And good against Troll Warlord, because chances of Troll Warlord getting to OD with his melee is quite low.
I know it's a bit out there, but like a Puck would actually be quite a nice pickup with that lineup.
It's true, because you're going for the early game anyway.
And they both Ursa and Magnus want the heroes to be in a close proximity to each other, so Puck is very nice.
Only issue is the Ricky against the Puck. That Ricky really screws you over if you're a Puck. You have to get the Blink Dagger very early, and
that's very true.
Yeah. Maybe as well if XIAODIAN wants to go a bit more, even more aggressively, like in the early game, something along the lines of a DK, not too bad, because you do have the pushing power of the Shadow Shaman, and you just get a secondary carry. Troll Warlord is not too powerful against him, and all of MVP Revolution's damage is physical, so...
And he benefits from the power.
Exactly, so when he's in normal form, and then later on he gets the splash in both forms, actually, so it's not that bad. I don't think they're going to pick it up, but it would be it's a nice pipe dream. Big fan of the DK still. What for MVP Revolution? Oh, that Storm is really smart. I really like him, actually. Shackles are not going to get him. I mean, the chance of Shackles getting the Storm is because you're playing badly, because you really are not going to be caught out by that. Because Electric Vortex is going to kill him easily. The Hex catching you out, a bit more likely, but the second support does not have many stuns. Only the Magnus can catch you with the RP, and that's really hard with the Storm.
Yeah, they're really lacking lockdown on XIAODIAN.
Now OD, I think, would be the pick.
Yeah, I think OD is definitely the pick here.
Considering you have an Intelligent Storm, you get a setup for your RP so you can actually catch this annoying guy. Besides that, maybe if you want to put a lot of pressure, Quap would be the other option. If you really want to win the early game, but... Oh, or Lina.
Oh, Lina.
Or Lina. That's the other... Yeah, that idea of Quap, Lina.
Yeah, I really like that, actually.
Yeah. Gives you a lot of mixed damage as well. That's a lot of... You know, you have a good amount of physical damage with the Ursa and the Bounty Hunter, but Lina...
MVP are quite vulnerable to burst damage. Barring the Legion Commander, but...
Wow. Well, even her in the early game, before she gets a blade mail.
Yeah.
And Warlock's healing is not going to do anything. It's Alina, because she just, you know, by the second you've healed twice, he's already done with you. And the Ricky is not that strong as Selena, because if he does attack you midway through your spell casting, you have the Fiery Soul to run away from the smoke screen, so you don't need Force Stuff as much. You can even go for Yule Scepter if you're really afraid of the Ricky. I actually really like XIAODIAN's Litter Aft, I gotta admit. It's much better than last time.
Yeah, I'm still a bit worried about their support combo.
Bit greedy?
Yeah. I feel just MVP's support's just better. They've got better roaming potential, they've got better laning potential.
But they do have a lack of stuns in the supports.
They do.
Well, as bar the Warlock Ultimate. So early on, the thing, what this forces out, and this is a real issue for MP Revolution, we saw it in a couple games in I believe it was the Kiev Major, who was it? Yeah, IG, who had running a similar strategy. And the issue that happens is that to get a kill on anyone in the enemy team, because Ursa is quite tanky, Magnus is quite tanky, Lina, honestly, early on has a pretty decent HP, you have to rotate your carries, or someone with a stun. So your carrier or your offlane have to rotate to be able to get that kill, because otherwise you're going to TP away. And it also forces you as a Storm to get Electric Vortex pretty early, which is not that great either. As we saw Samile not liking that build either. So the early game potential this time of the guys at not low lifers, sorry. What are they called now? MVP Revolution is a bit worrisome to me. I'm actually gonna go for XD this game. I think they can at least equal the score 1-1.
Yeah, I believe that.
I love this new little thing. Wow, you know, look at that. That's much better. That looks much nicer. Yeah, I like it. I like the little UI overhaul. It's a very small UI overhaul, but it's only for the watch tab, and it just looks so much better.
It's nice that like, they took a lot like PGL stuff and they put it into the game,
but in a better format.
Yeah, but
the PGL was overbearing. Yeah, exactly. Again, great job PGL, but you know it was just a bit overbearing. This is minimalistic, just like Dota wants, likes it.
Hey, if production company can inspire a game, then they're doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you PGL. Please more Babe rules. All right, so let's get into the presentation of the teams. This time on the rated side, we're gonna have the Kyrgyzstanians, MVP Revolution, winners of the first game. WXIAODIAN playing the Warlock in the support position in the mid lane. STMC4T as the Storm Spirit. Here as the carry is gonna be Pubber, again playing the Troll Warlord. In the second support position, Blizzy playing his famous Rikimaru. And then as the off lane, it's going to be Legion Commander played by Napalyoshka. Again, repeating this hero. What do we have on the XD side?
We have a Speed Draw on the Ursa there. We have Love It and Magnus. We have Gentleman on the Lina, great name. We have Diane on Bounty Hunter. And Jaeger on the Shadow Shaman.
I don't know if it's actually Jaeger, if he's trying to reference the alcoholic drink, or the Attack on Titan character, but it's a fantastic name. This actually sounds really nice. So, Congrats, Jaeger. You won my heart. Between him and Speed Draw, I mean, like, come on, this lane is amazing.
Oh, that's a lovely little play there by the Riki to actually body block the Shadow Shaman to spoil the block on the creeps.
That was really clever. That was really clever. And now they get a slightly better block. I mean, they're playing an aggressive tri-lane, so this is even more important than usual. Now the question is this aggressive tri-lane going to work out? They're not going to use the Legion Commander Warlock combo, but the Troll Warlock is not bad either. I mean, he has a range here and has a lot of sustain in lane thanks to this Warlock.
Yeah, they could get caught out here because Riki has not revealed himself yet.
Exactly, so it could be a surprise. But Blizz is going to decide to rotate mid. I mean, he knows that the Bounty Hunter is going to... I mean, Bounty Hunter has to play mid, essentially, for the first couple minutes in the game. So it makes sense to me that Blizzy would rotate here, try to play the sentry game, you know. Who has a sentry mid? No, you have to guess. And Gentleman does see him. Because right now, the lane for the Storm is also going to be quite hard against Alina. He shouldn't have the easiest of times getting last hits.
No, Storm Spirit has very bad trouble laning in the first few minutes of the game.
No, not first. Interestingly enough, not first few minutes. It's once the enemy laner gets like level 3, level 4 that you start having trouble. Because Static Gremlin is a ridiculous nuke in the first few minutes. You know, you can play very aggressively with him, as you can see. But it's now when the Lina gets level 3 that you're really screwed. That Light Strike Array combo with Dragon Slave plus Fiery Soul.
Scary.
And with the Orbital Cannon of a range. God, it's disgusting. Like, oh, where is she attacking me from? I literally can't see her. Because it's 625 range, I believe. No, 670. Jesus Christ, they keep buffing her so much, I can't even keep track. It's very strong attack range. That plus Fiery Soul is wonderful. This top lane is not going in their favor right now. I mean, Troll Warlord's getting a decent amount of lasts, but they're not harassing.
They're not dominating. Yeah. This is what they need to do with this lane.
Good amount of healing from the Warlock, but there it is. Rasta catching him down, and the Shadow Shaman will help take this kill as WZyke is also stopped by the Earthshock. Speed Draw will just walk in and finish him off as Diane is the objective of the aggression by Blizzy, but he can't get that kill. Only with the Blink Strike, no smoke screen unavailable, so he can't really slow him down. That is an easy kill for the guys at XT.
This is actually the problem with their early game Riki versus the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter can do so much more on very few levels, while the Riki needs levels. The more levels he has, the better he can do.
It's true, Riki is much more reliant on that early game domination. Bounty Hunter doesn't really care. I mean, you do want to get that track level, obviously, but once you get it, you're done. You're set for the game. That level 6 is all you need. So the Riki is more relying on performance, per se, and Bounty Hunter is more of a safe pick.
So they recognize the problem that the Troll was having in the top lane, and they've decided to rotate him down bot here.
That's very smart. I like that.
He should have a much easier time against the Magnus.
And now the Legion Commander can go top. Worst case scenario, you send the Warlock top to help her out. You should have a decent lane too. Because there's a killing the Legion. I mean, it could happen, but it's not that likely. The Legion has to probably misplay. The overwhelming odds gives you a considerable amount of movement speed, and you can dispel the Earthshock with press the attack. So
yeah.
Get an infused rain up a bit early, and then boom, you're set. But Legion's just going like jungle. So screw that lane. Who wants to fight against Shadow Shaman and Ursa? That's like old school cancer.
So So they're just looking. I think they're just looking to get the farm and cause now. Then.
Yeah.
I think they've realised that they can't fight against that Ursa. I mean, even if Legion Commander was to rock up into that lane, the Ursa can rip through her pretty quickly, even though she has pretty high armor and health in the beginning of the game.
That's very true. And I mean, right now, I think they're just waiting for that mid game and saying, we know we have a better mid game. We have a duel, the Rock from the Warlock, and the Storm Spirit Ball Lightning. As long as we get decent resources in the early stages of the game, if he can take the last hit with Illusion, that was fantastic. Anyway, they can get better resources in the early stage of the game, and that's pretty much set for them. MVP doesn't have to do much more. The Rookie could have a bit more impact, but for now, just assuring some decent lanes is all they need to do, really. And they can even rotate the Storm jungle, so getting stacks. Napoleoshka stay in this mid lane, because Napoleoshka can last the constant assault from the lane. Oh, get the last hit. Yeah. Oh. That's a poor Storm. Phase Boot's already on the Ursa. He's not leading in net worth by too much. He's just barely there, pretty much because he got like one extra last or two. So
well, to be honest, the Troll was sort of winning in last hits when he was in that lane, but he wasn't getting as much farm as he needs.
Could have, yeah. Because you do want the Troll. I mean, the Troll is a natural, not necessarily a counter, but quite strong against the Ursa because of his just way. to play. You know, like the way that he just man fights the Ursa and Ursa can't attack because you get perma stun. And if he hits you with battle trance, I mean, Ursa just can't mind fight him. Troll is great against these kind of heroes. And okay, Love is playing a bit dangerously. That's Skewer though. Blizzy could catch him. Smoke screen available. Sentry sees him, and Love is being body blocked. Really smart there. Fatal bonds as well, but Love it will be able to just make it out of the smoke screen and Skewer to safety.
Really good of him there to save the Skewer till he was near the tower.
Yeah, yeah. That could have resulted in his death. If he skewers into a smoke screen, for example.
Yeah, well, he could have instantly just skewed after he got gone on back there by the Troll and the Warlock to like reduce the damage that he took, but...
Oh, Strike Array, this poor Storm Spirit has Ball Lightning though, he wants to fight, and this was a wrong engagement here. Lina stuck in the smoke screen, and the dust even comes out to catch Gentleman out. That's a good Light Strike Array, but not good enough to save the Lina. STMC will get that kill thanks to the help of Blizzy. That was a fantastic rotation there.
Right place, right time.
Well, it's more like he knew that the Storm could beat the Lina with a Ball Lightning, and the Lina got cocky. So he was going right there, knowing because it was level 6, so he wanted to kill. Yeah. But then the Lina was stupid enough that the Lina actually thought, oh, I can kill the Storm that's level 6 without Laguna's blade.
Well, the Bounty Hunter was there as backup, but
it's just basic logic. What we just lightning or fire? Clearly lightning. Have you ever tried to burn like a lightning bolt? You can't do that.
no, I have not.
Exactly. What happens if lightning strikes fire?
I don't know.
There's more fire.
It's more that the lightning was striking cause fire.
Exactly. It's so powerful that it's its child. That's how. I mean, it's just basic Dota knowledge. It's just a very huge mistake by Lina, clicking Lina against a Storm. But Opummer being harassed considerably. There comes the Shadow Shaman, holding him in place, and those shackles would ensure a swift kill of Pupper. That was quite a lot of survival there, thanks to the blinding of the Whirling Axes. But he does go down eventually. That's a good kill onto the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, it's nice that XDN has the only lockdown in the game that's
that lasts more than a second, I suppose. I mean, Light Strike Array, I guess, is also
reliable, more reliable.
Yeah, that's the only reliable lockdown. I mean, he's playing super aggressively with Shadow Shaman. Oh no, you didn't mean to take him with you. Turn. Okay, first hit bash, second hit bash, third hit bash. No, he had 3 chances. I mean, I think the chance of hitting him one of the 3 times was pretty low. So.
I don't know. In my games, it seems to be 100% when I'm TPing.
Oh yeah, in my games, I mean, it could be. They could literally have like this mystical chance, like only do it 2% of the time. Spur Breaker hits me first hit bash, second hit bash, third hit bash, fourth hit bash. You think that it's an active skill at that point?
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
You're quite skilled to do it properly.
You have to press it at the right time. It's like when you're capturing a Pokemon, you press B. Oh, you don't.
I get that.
Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say that face was not convincing. All right, Courier brings something to the end. What is it? I actually have no clue. Did he get Tome of Experience or like boots? The was really
I think it's just boots. Maybe.
He's really underfarmed or underleveled for Bounty Hunter. Warlock doesn't care, but you really do want to track a bit earlier, especially because you want to go on the Ricky and be able to cancel his aggression a bit more.
It's still fine. He's a hero that can catch up pretty easily.
Yeah, not experienced though. He catches up really easily in gold. That's the big deal. You really need to get to level 6 as a I would say my Tome of Experience for him.
I've seen Bounty Hunters get there level 6 about 20 minutes in and still win a game.
That's true. Obviously, Bounty Hunter can be useless to be a tracker. They're waiting for his ultimate to end. There's a duel, and the ultimate's just ended. And look at how fast the Legion is hitting. Jesus Christ! The help from the Troll Warlord with the battle trance ensures that she wins the duel at the expense of a Ricky Maru, but definitely worth it for them. I mean, killing an Ursa for a Ricky, plus a duel victory.
Yeah, it was actually a really nicely placed smoke cloud.
Yeah, that was a really nice smoke screen.
It prevented a lot of the damage from the Ursa hitting the Legion.
I mean, what I loved about them is that even though the Ursa went on them and they had to go into full defensive mode, they didn't panic.
They didn't panic and run away, yeah.
Exactly. They knew that the Ursa was going to just waste his enrage, that it was about to end. He even dueled him while the enrage was still on, just knowing that it was about to finish off. And then boom. Oh no. That shackles again. Legion Commander now slowed down as a TP away. You really can't. TPing works, like I said, if your supports don't have stuns. But first of all, both of these have stuns, so I don't know what your plan was. And second of all, the Ursa deals way too much damage for you to TP in his face. He's a bear. Would you TP in a bear's face?
Counts as airwood.
Exactly. Like, it's a crazy idea. You see a bear in the jungle, like it's like one of the rules in Yosemite. Don't TP in the bear's faces, especially if she's a mother bear, or whatever her says, hermaphrodite. And I mean, now he's taking a bit of disadvantage to take or put a bit of pressure on the towers. We were mentioning this earlier. They do have a lineup that's concentrating on pushing, and the snakes have already been used trying to push it tier 1. I don't know if it's worth it to defend this, honestly. I mean, I guess you can. Why not? The rookie's just going to try to farm these snakes. He has to be really careful because the Ursa can go out any second. Oh, the Raw comes down. The Duel's also available. They want to really slow down speed drop, but they just can't catch him out. And that battle trance has already been used. They're going to clear out the snakes instead.
Yeah, this was the part you said about lockdown earlier on. They have that rock, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, the Storm, I guess.
The Storm, yeah. But you don't get that on Storm early levels, and the Duel, you really need either Blink Dagger or someone to hold them down for you.
True. Or some sort of great movement speed, but he's not necessarily getting from this the overwhelming odds. So yeah, right now it's looking a bit grim for the guys that it's looking a bit grim in these pickoffs for the MVP Revolution. Even though they're getting a decent amount of farm, their net worth is still slightly below the enemy teams, and they're concentrating more on getting pickoffs like these. So they can actually catch up the Ursa, just ball lining away, and start to the trade. Not killing him off because of the enrage, but he should be going down anyway thanks to the damage of that overload. Easy kill for the Storm Spirit, and nothing much the Ursa can do really against Storm. It's an annoying thing to play against.
Yeah. Ricky actually finally joining the game and scouting out an enemy hero there.
I mean, Ricky has that power over the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter doesn't have the unlimited scouting per se.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter is more of a suicidal scout where if he dies, it doesn't matter because he has tracks all over the place. Ricky relies much more on getting kills and snowballing a bit more often.
But
yeah, it's working.
All of this is without the Magnus joining the fight at all.
That's true.
He's just been sitting bot lane farming up.
I mean, he has his Blink Dagger, but his net worth is not that high. I mean, I guess he's beaten the Legion Commander, but barely. He's not participating that many kills, and Legion Commander is getting more dual damage. Then, well, obviously, Magnus doesn't have the dual damage. Yeah, that's Sentry. That did see the Ricky. That could have been really dangerous for the Magnus. Legion herself has the Blink Dagger, and she's about to show it off. There's a Sentry. That Sentry did see the Ricky. Or, I don't know if they saw him, but I don't know if they into that.
I think they have to jump in the shadows.
Oh, the dust and the trap. Yeah, they definitely see Ricky now. Just everything onto them. They don't want to. They want to make sure they don't have vision of the surrounding area.
That's one thing they actually do have over the Ricky the Bounty Hunter. The fact that he can actually use track to reveal them and keep track of them. And Diffusal you can't use to take it off you anymore.
That's true. So we were talking about this earlier, or last game, where I was talking about that. That Diffusal nerf actually really hurt the Ricky Maru in the support position. I mean, they still grab the Fusel, but it's still great item. It's not as good as it used to be, especially against a tracking Bounty Hunter.
It's still very good against those.
Yeah. And there's the powerful skill that Lil was mentioning actually in the KF Major in his interview. He was saying that Magnus is very powerful because, well, either you team fight 5 versus 5 and then you win the team fight because of Magnus, or you just wait and farm and you win the farming game because you're in power. So either way, Magnus works for both things. And in this case, the Ursa is not as antsy about getting kills because he can just farm a bit better with the Empower.
Yeah, and they can. I believe XIAODIAN has a better late game.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ursa over Troll Warrior and Storm? I disagree. I think that Storm is fantastic.
No, with the Magnus, I think it's pretty scary. Now, have you seen a late game Lina?
Yeah, late game Lina is quite dangerous, but
with a crit, she does so much damage with those fiery soul stacks.
That is true. I mean, that level 25 is a bit ridiculous, and she gets to it really quickly with Storm. But I still think the Storm is a bit better. I do not. It's more of the fact that the Storm is a counter to Lina in the late game. She just becomes a very much of a glass cannon with a Bloodthorn build, and the Storm specializes against that. Like, if she wants to go Bloodthorn and destroy your Storm, congratulations. I'll grab Linken's, I'll grab Yule Scepter, I'll outfarm you for sure. And then you can just, go on her.
I think it's going to be a BKB battle in the end.
A BKB what?
BKB battle.
Yeah, certainly. It's going to be definitely
both
Lina
the Storm
and
the Lina want to get a BKB.
Exactly. To not be stopped in their tracks. Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. The Storm probably is going to go for his core items first, Bloodstone. I would actually not mind an Orchid this game. Stops the Ursa and Rage as well. Not bad to think about. Yeah, stop the lead completely. Also, that's another way to stop a stupid Shadow Shaman Shackle. Which I guess... It's not a concern this game, but, well, it really is frustrating. So it's not bad to have a way to prevent that from happening. Gem on the Ricky? Really? Alright, on the Bounty Hunter? Really? This early? That is desperate.
Maybe not desperate. Maybe they wanted to start teaming up. Maybe they wanted to stop 5-manning.
Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, it's not only for the Bounty Hunter, obviously, because you take away all the offensive vision. True. But
maybe they want to finally use an RP.
Yeah, I guess they want to take out the vision so that the RP can come out nicely. Team fight actually go on the throw. Warlock about to die. The Shackles finishes him off, but Gentleman will sacrifice his life as a result. No, SDMC can't really kill him off in time as the Ursa comes in, eats up the Warlock, and the Lina denies herself, just taking advantage of those extra charges, healing the whole team up. SDMC has to TP away. They've already lost the Ricky, the Warlock, and the Troll Warlord. In this engagement, XD just seems to take the complete upper hand.
Again, it's surprising how well they did in that fight. Consider, like, I think this again comes down to the lockdown. They can't lock down the XDN's heroes.
So Troll is not as useful as he usually is.
Yeah.
He needs that extra slow or lockdown. Yeah, and the RP has been used these team fights, using the Shadow Shaman very efficiently. I mean, that there's not only knockdown, they have a lot of magical damage, burst magical damage with MVP lags. You know, they're mainly physical damage dealers with Overlord being, I guess, like the exception. But it's mainly physical damage. They don't have any spells like Lina or like Lina's like Luna's Blade or even the Shockwave or the Ether Shock. They actually deal a ridiculous amount of damage as well.
Yeah, a lot of burst damage.
They even have the Boomerang. Like, actually have a decent amount of burst damage all combined. Meanwhile, MVP has, what, Whirling Axes, which is not even that good, 225. I guess the overwhelming odds, which can deal 2.2k damage if done properly. Oh, and there they go. Bounty Hunter. The RP? No, that was Ursa jumping in. It just kills the Ricky. Okay. The Magnus is just very determined not to use that ultimate. I guess he just didn't want to TP in time. And he has a Blink Dagger, though. He could skewer someone in. Napalioshka. We don't have vision of him, so they decide to let him go. That's a Bounty Hunter for Ricky. Invis for Invis. I guess it's well.
Yeah, and also the Ursa managed to pick up the gem as well. That was a nice pickup.
That was a really nice pickup. And the Ursa now can take the Roshan. And Roshan is super important this match. It's worse than Strel. Both are really
Yeah, it's incredibly important for this Roshan fight because this will dictate how the teams push. Both teams want to push with a Roshan.
True.
Because as you said, both Troll and Ursa like having good Aegis on them. And they have both like cores who can hit buildings pretty quickly.
Yeah. And, I mean, the Troll's trying to do some of that, trying to take this tower to the bottom. It's just a tier 1, not that big a deal. In fact, if you lose your life over this, that could be big deal. The Courier's also dead. Had no cargo in it, but, you know, giving a bit of a old RP. No! RP, that second of doubt. He doubted himself for a second, and he just didn't risk it to get the biscuit. No, wanted to ask out that girl, and he tripped. And fell face first in front of her.
Yes. This sounds like it comes from past experience.
It's an unfortunate situation. Poor Troll, look at him. I mean, poor Magnus, look at him. His face of just being left alone. It's like, fuck it. I'm a hairy man, I know. I don't care. I'm just gonna go farm my jungle. I shouldn't have used the RP to begin with.
It's really disappointing considering that's the first RP that's come out this game?
That is the first RP that's come out this game. Well, at least I recall.
Yeah. That's ultra disappointing. Oh!
That's the Earthshock was so close. There's a Blink Dagger though. Now Paloshka's a duel though, so and if he blinks in and they're close to a tower, duel and then easy comeback or easy turnaround. So that was a really smart choice not to do that.
Well, the Shadow Shaman almost got the shackles off of her there.
No.
She managed to blink in time.
What's the? Oh no, there's the Wiki just following around. I've seen a lot of Linas going for Light Strike Array build because of the preferred farming method, but the cast range is not bad. I think against an Ursa you might want to consider cast range more often. I don't know. I don't think. No, I guess I'm sorry. Against a Storm, but the extra damage is not bad.
As you could see, the amazing right click there from the Lina.
From so far away. That's her natural, by the way. That's just She's barely out of tower range. That's ridiculous. That's literally, you know, okay.
Yeah, she's an all.
She's just an artillery. She's a woman piece of artillery. That's actually
if glass cannon applies to anyone, it's Lena.
Yeah.
Literally, she's a cannon.
Yeah, she's a flash cannon though. Oh. Because, well, I mean, not sexist there. The fact that she died there earlier, though, actually really helped out the guys at MP Revolution. Taking away some of the charges and the Bloodstone. I mean, even though she recovered quite decently, Gentleman could have really snowballed out of control had she survived that team fight. So forcing her to commit suicide was pretty good for them. She's now going for the Orchid straight up, just to stop the Storm. And the Storm himself is going for the Orchid straight up. So it's an Orchid race between these two mid heroes. And it really does matter a lot who gets it first here. Oh, Gentleman going the Storm. Maybe not the best of ideas. As Blizzy just jumps in, has a smoke screen, and they want to catch her out with a duel, but doesn't have the range just yet. The duel is going to come out, but the Hex stops the Legion Commander and tracks, and Gentleman will die first, and now the duel says, okay, fine, I'll kill you instead. Jaeger just giving extra catering to the enemy team, and with that, the guys at MVP Revolution get the 2 kills, and run away. Oh, what a beautiful skewer, stopping Blizzy in his tracks. I don't think they knew where he was, but they did find out eventually.
This time he didn't hesitate, but again, this time he also did use the RP, yeah. He skew instead.
And turned him to a Ricky Shish Kebab. Oh, Pubber. Lena's just running after him. Pubber's like, oh, please, please, no, please, 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 please. Just let me get back home. Stop with a fiery woman. It's really scary. He's literally just walking home, and now, with the help of his team, he's getting a bit more confident, you know.
And the Troll Warlord's pretty fast with the Sergeant Yasha.
Oh, it's ridiculous, actually. With the extra movement speed, this gives you extra movement speed.
Yeah, he hits 534 moves. 539 movement speed when he uses phase.
That's pretty insane. That's almost max. What's max?
Is that max?
540? I thought max was 540. Is that? I know max is within the 500 range. I actually forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, not if you're a Spirit Breaker or Weaver.
Or Bloodseeker.
Oh, Bloodseeker, yeah. Do you remember those days of race called Bloodseeker?
Oh, still, what? Those are the days. This is currently what's
the
happening.
Bloodseeker, the race called Bloodseeker, yeah, there was no cap.
Oh, there still isn't.
Is it not?
No, that's the thing. They still
I thought they reduced.
I mean, they reduced it, so it's
oh,
not
they reduced it. Okay,
but there's no cap. Yeah. Okay. Bloodseeker's the only hero that has no cap. It's actually race car. Have you tried playing against like 5 Nepos? It's great. In one of those top lobbies. Warlock is gonna go down there. Losing the rock means that they can't really attack. I don't like that the new Magnuses are going for this ground amplification. I don't think it's that great. I really do prefer the attack speed build and just go for a bit of a physical damage Magnus later on in the game.
Yeah, but it's because the Magnus has been played in the offlane. He's been played more as a utility role.
Yeah.
When in the old days, he used to be played as a mid.
I know, I understand that, but it's just the offlane has seen both the damage Magnus and the utility Magnus, right? But the issue here is that if you get 25 attack speed, you can go for both builds because, let's be honest, the utility Magnus doesn't really need the extra damage. Whereas if you go for the 15% spell amplification, you're actually just locking yourself into one build, and that's the build of I want to deal more damage with my Shockwave. And let's be honest, I mean, that deals, what, 45 extra damage? Is that really that worth it? For 45 damage, and with Skewer, I guess you get a whole 90 damage if you combine both, and with RP, you get a whole 120 extra damage. Your whole combo, you know, you got a whole skill just for 120 extra damage if you actually land your whole. I got really mad.
Oh, that's
Diana is gonna go. Oh, never mind. They're gonna turn him into a chicken, and that's KFC for everybody. As the rock comes down and will stop the roast in his tracks, but they want to get the extra kill. They're actually gonna manage to do so. The Troll Warlord heals himself up there just by dealing a lot of damage to Gentleman, and he will be hitting Jaeger now, silenced and destroyed with that bash. The Ricky will be going down, but SDMC is just back into the fray, stops the Ursa in his tracks, and that's a great stun onto the Ursa, making sure that they can get that kill into the enemy carry. The Shadow Shaman also buys back, and he comes in with a Shackle and some Thirst for Revenge as they kill the Storm out. That will be the second time he dies in this team fight. Pupper, though, will be avenging his dead teammate by killing off the Shadow Shaman. The duel is ready for Napoleoshka in 5 seconds, so he can't quite use it. Pupper has to fight till the end, and he's carrying the gem onto him. No, it was actually the Legion's carrying the gem onto him. So the Troll Warlord will sacrifice himself, and Legion will decide to give away the gem to the enemy team. Congratulations, they just got married.
It was actually really good for Troll Warlord there. He got whirling access off of 4 heroes. He blinded 4 heroes. in that fight, meaning that he could heal up and do a lot of damage to the enemy heroes. A lot of damage.
It was, yeah, actually.
And it made the Ursa quite useless.
I was wondering how he healed up, by the way. It was the Storm Blood Spell. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
In the middle of that, he died. I was like, did he really just?
Oh yeah, that saved both the troll and the Ricky.
Yeah, exactly. But the Storm had to die twice though, which was unfortunate. I mean, he went from 15 or so at the beginning of the team fight to down to 8. I mean, the Lina, no, she didn't die actually. No, so she recovered the Bloodstone charges down to, or up to 11. Now, this Roshan, definitely, I can see how they want to contest this, but I can also see how this is going to go really badly for okay.
Wow.
That was not the play. That was questionable. That Warlock is like, okay, well, I have to die too. I guess nothing to do about this. Pubber has to activate his BKB to dispel that track, but they still hit him with a second track. Now they know where he is. That's a free Roshan for XD and some extra dual damage for the Ursa, because why not?
Ursa actually got off his W there in this, but just before she dueled him.
Yeah, that was.
I think he was actually preparing for the Roche.
No, he was. I think he was ready for the duel because they had vision.
Oh, they had vision up there. Okay.
Yeah, they had this vision, so they knew that the Legion was gonna jump on him, and he's like, okay, sure, jump on me. I don't care. I think we could have even killed him without the overpower. That obviously.
Yeah. But not as quickly. Like maybe
yeah, that was seconds.
MVP might have responded faster if she had not died in such a fast fashion.
Yeah, that's just why it's so dangerous to duel the Ursa. You have to be very certain of it. In the early game, you can play a bit more aggressively. We saw a lot of good duels by Napalyoshka. Now you have to start considering, okay, it is an Ursa. He is made to melt my face. I might consider, playing a bit more defensively. And more importantly, using the duel on Magnus rather than the Ursa. Because I don't care about the Ursa being stunned. I do care about the Magnus, not being able to get his RP out.
Okay, go back to the spell application on the Magnus. Obviously, he's going to be going for a late game Dagon, which would justify his build completely.
I mean, if it gets late game Dagon, that's what, 900? So, what's 15% of 9? What's 15 times 9? 135? Yeah, 135. So that's not bad. That's plus 135 damage. That's why I got it. Of course.
To be honest, Dagon would be pretty good this game.
Yeah, it actually would be decent. But not a Magnus though.
No.
Lina maybe.
It's terrible.
Nah, it's a waste of you. Okay, that's a good Shadow Shaman. Hit him one more time. Please finish him off. Okay, now he's gonna let him die. And now that's a good duel onto the Ursa. They do get a kill, but RP from Lovett, he's ready to restart this team fight with the help of the Lina. In comes the Ursa again, who bought back, and they eat up 2 of the enemy team's hero, sorry. Now the Ricky has been caught out. He has been stunned out, but he has the tricks of the trade to save himself. They found the gem, and they managed to grab it in time before the storm dies. Blizzy is now man-fighting this Lina. Not the best of ideas. The track will eventually show where he is, and it'll just lead to his death. And that's a free Roshan, again, for the Ursa. Really good start for the guys at MVP, but obviously that Ursa buyback destroyed them in a fantastic RP. I love it.
Yeah, love the counter initiation for Magnus there. They weren't expecting him to come from behind at all. No,
that was a really lucky in this, or no, it was a Shadowblade.
Yeah, Shadowblade, yeah.
Yeah, that was a surprise Shadowblade.
Yeah, it's a reveal of the Shadowblade. He didn't have it whenever they fought last.
That's a really good reveal, actually. Very well thought reveal. I mean, honestly, the fact that they beat the Ursa so early is unfortunate, but wow, this storm.
The Orchid battle?
That's drive-by shooting. No, it's not an Orchid battle because Gentleman doesn't have his yet. He went for shield instead, saying, I can't survive against the storm damage, and now denies him. Oh, no, never mind. He denied himself with a Bloodstorm. I thought for a second he committed a pro play and let the creeps deny him, but...
I think he was trying to, then realized he didn't do enough damage.
Yeah. the Hellcaller. Yeah, I guess it's very frustrating when you're this far in the game. Like, why isn't he killing me? Because you got Shivas, you idiot. How do you want it to kill you?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that Shivas pickup.
No?
It does make him more like tankier and it gives him a bigger mana pool, but is he gonna get close to use it?
I think the idea of the Shivas is maybe using it as a
like
for the troll.
Defensive?
More than the Storm Spirit being the main objective of that is Troll Warlord, like reducing a bit of the attack speed and the movement speed so you can kite him a bit further. It's not that bad. I like that you don't go for full glass cannon. I think it's a bit too committed.
No, I like the Shivas this game. It's really good against, as you said, good against the Troll Warlord and good against the Legion, but I'm not sure of Lena. I think she needs more survivability.
What else do you need though? Bloodstone? What do you want to go?
I don't know, Blink Dagger would be nice.
We did see a Blink Dagger Lina 2-3 games ago. That's an old school build, but
It's old school, but it's
no, it works.
nice.
It worked out really well for them. Against a Storm though, the Blink seems a bit dangerous
But
because
you can normally see him bull lightning from halfway across the map.
well, yeah, but you can blink and the
You
Storm
can
doesn't
react.
care because it's like what 100.
Yeah, but it puts the Storm in the worst position.
True. But yeah, I guess it's more relevant in the mid game. If she had gotten the blink now, I think at this point Lena's kind of committed to the whole Bloodthorn thing. But especially because the Storm has decided not to go for. Oh no, he's going for Lincoln's. Okay, that's a good idea. Thank Christ. He needs a way to deal with that Bloodthorn. It's gonna be really annoying otherwise. Uses a regen runes. Has to go. Just do a bit of farming in the jungle.
They do have a really good way of breaking Lincolns. Crack is a great spell for breaking Lincolns.
That is. It's very easy to commit into the Storm. I mean, they have a couple things. The Shadow Shaman also has the instant break, Lincoln's break with the Hex, because that's the instant cast point.
But it's the same thing with like a Weaver. Once you get your Lincolns broken, you sprint it.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't stay around.
No, but that's the whole point. Like, you would go in, like, track him or whatever, and then as soon as the track goes in, you just go in the Hex. And you can't really evade the Hex, honestly. If you do it properly, you shouldn't be able to evade the Hex, because literally that's instant cast point. You should do it halfway through the Ball Storm. Or the Storm. No, Ball Lightning. Oof, that's the thing. Regardless. Okay, now Polyoshka in this top lane is definitely going to be cut off. That's the Shiva, the Silence, the Warlock's around though. This is not the play they want to. Okay, that was pretty good actually. Really good blink by the Legion Commander, sacrificing the Warlock and the Rock. Better than losing your Legion Commander there.
RP used.
Yeah, and RP used precisely. I mean, that's a
win for MVP.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's a win. That's a bit too far because
Well, no, yeah, you lost the Shadow Shaman. But
and the RP is definitely
no, sorry, I meant yeah, no.
Is it a win for XD then?
Yeah.
Because they got the kill on the Shadow Shaman, lost the Rock. Rock is a larger cooldown than the RP.
Why did I thought it was the Shadow Shaman for some reason.
Well, the Shadow Shaman always wins. That's the whole point. Went for the 100 cast range. I love that little talent. I used to love Aether Lens on Shadow Shaman. It made him so much more viable with the shackles. Now with the talent of the Aether Lens, makes it wonderful. Then go plus the 30 seconds respawn time, and then some Ether Shock damage. Woo! Woo! That's 350 Ether Shock damage. This hurts so much. It's like a Agony's Finger of Death level 1. Literally, actually.
Yeah, the one problem I've always seen with Shadow Shaman is it's just he has a bad mana pool.
He really
And
does.
because of the way that this game's been played, he's not been getting a lot of farm. So he's had to rely on like using his spells at the correct moments. He has to use them appropriately, or he could run out of mana too quickly in the team fights and end up losing a team fight because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a problem. No, it's all of that. It's his lack of mobility and the range of his spells. That he kind of has to be in the middle of the team fight to really use his spells. So, like you said, it's not only it's the fact that you can't really spam your spells as much as you would like, and that the chance of you dying in a team fight is quite high. So you're more of one of those carries that or supports that kind of throws out all your spells and you're done. That's the whole point of you. But, of course, your Shackles is not one of those spells. It's a really kind of anti-synergy that Shadow Shaman has to play a very interesting role. But it's seeing a bit more play.
Yeah, it's weird because he has quite low cooldowns.
Exactly. So he does want to fight constantly, but you don't want to be in the middle of the fight. So, speed throw. I love that they're going as a unit now. I mean, they've decided that their problem is definitely the pickoffs, so they're just playing as a unit. That's very smart for them. Only issue that you have an Ursa, and honestly, Ursa's late game does fall off, especially because of his farming speed. It's horrendous compared to Troll Warlord. Alina might be powerful, but when your main carry is completely gone out of the game. Oh, and they put him into a chicken. They're gonna fry him up. Oh, that RP is just not coming on him forward just yet. There comes the Storm with the Orchid. Very smart. And did they try to cancel? I think I don't entirely know how they canceled the Bloodthorn maybe or track. Oh well.
No, he just cancelled.
Oh, the Lincolns.
Oh, the Lincolns up.
I don't know how they did that, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Everything is back up. And BKB on the Storm down next. I think that's a very smart choice.
Yeah, we're not seeing the Legion Commander being as dominant in this game.
Oh, careful. The Warlock.
Oh, wow.
No, careful. Bye-bye, Warlock. Say your prayers. 15 movement speed for the... Oh, we're not going to see a carry even by anyone.
Empowered Ursa is a pretty scary thing.
Yeah, we don't even need the Empower here, so that Warlock was this good. Easy picking. Especially because I do believe that one of them went for some sort of minus arm. No solo crest yet. Okay. That's surprising. Usually we see releases first. And with this, they're going to take the tower down. That's Lina. With the Empower too, actually. Lina with the Empower deals a ridiculous amount of damage because you usually go for intelligence and stat items on her. And if you look at her hero level, she's actually the top of the game. Level 25, first one to reach it. And with the extra fiery soul, she attacks way too quickly.
It's scary, man. That build is incredibly scary. You can
powerful.
deal so much damage so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all physical, which is the best part. So it scales as the game goes on, right? You can get more items to scale your physical damage. And once, I mean, that plus the Bloodthorn, whew, that's so many crits at once.
Alright, so she's moving into a Hurricane Pike.
I like that. I like the Hurricane Pike build. I mean, you're starting to get a considerable amount of physical damage in like 4 hits.
Yeah.
And you get the weight out of the smoke screen, which is important.
So it's not a blink dagger, but I do think she needs some sort of build.
Yeah.
So I like this. Obviously it's better for her right click. She becomes a better orbital cannon.
I mean, she did go for the extra attack range. With that, she's actually gonna have an enchanter's level of attack range. Oh, Blizzy, what are you doing? Oh, I think this is very good.
Oh.
They see you, man. Did you not? Oh, right, they didn't see the bounty hunter. He had gem the whole time. I mean, that was a bit risky considering you know the team has gem. But the Lina, talk about the Lina again. It is true that the reason why obviously you don't go for the blink is that if you don't go blink early, then it's not that beneficial. You want stats later on in the game. You don't want to waste that whole slot on the blink dagger. So obviously, like you said, Hurricane Pike makes her much stronger in that regard. Being able to take the stats and still have the same amount of mobility, because later on in the game, honestly, Hurricane Pike is the same thing as a blink dagger if you're a ranged carry.
And excellent against Cloud from Ricky.
Yeah, that's the main point. I mean, Fire Soul's already really good, like we mentioned, and we've seen the whole game, but it's good to have done. Oh no, losing the rock here is very big. They don't want to fight this. That could have been a skewer back. The Warlock doesn't have any ways of evading that. But I guess they just
I think they're maybe scared of the dual counter initiation there.
Yeah, I mean that has really screwed them over. Well, apparently Legion Commander has just discarded from the game. And with that, we'll have one of those nice pauses. The guys from XD also need a second. Luckily, not many pauses in this tournament. SCA team very respectful. Thank you guys. And with this, I mean, Troll World is also going for Satanic. That's actually quite scary. Satanic plus BKB is a dreadful combination.
Yeah, again, if he gets off the Whirling Axes in a fight, he will destroy that Ursa.
Yeah, Whirling Axes and then just an easy battle trance. I mean, off chance, Ursa, or say Ursa like actually hits you at the beginning, he was in rage, Whirling Axes, blind, and then battle trance plus Satanic heal up.
Well, it depends who gets a jump, because Ursa also has a basher.
That is true.
So it's going to be who can bash the other person the most.
Because you can't really save the Whirling Axes, obviously, until the Ursa enrages because of the basher issue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Ursa can just enrage him away. So that's a consideration we made. He also has that 14 tool.
Oh, he's also getting an MKB.
Who is?
The Ursa.
No. Do they not realize BH gem? They did, they just didn't see BH. I don't know about that.
Gem was fought very early.
Shadow Shaman. Yeah. You're not careful then. Storm just takes him behind him. There's nothing you can do. The RP would have barely hit him. That was a good shield, but didn't catch him in time.
Yeah, I think he was going to try and skewer him, but I don't think it would have hit. I don't think it would have been in time.
I mean,
by the time he discovered the location, if he blindly skewered, he might have found them. But by the time he found his location,
yeah, she was just quite slow. It's not that bad against Storm. He was better against Tinker, for example. Especially because of the same thing back. Storm doesn't really care. Oh wow, 20% magic resistance for Troll. I mean, yeah, actually, the last is weird because the Troll's like level 25 is very defensive, both of them. Because obviously at that point the Whirling Axe's cooldown is just not for damage. Just for
well, I could see his survivability outside of his BKB. Because he's pretty much all he wants to do is one-shot people. He doesn't want to stay too long in fights.
It's true. Troll Warlord doesn't like sustained fights. It's more of the burst damage soon. Like it's the Ursa. It's the cheap man or poor man's Ursa. Or red Ursa, I guess.
Red Ursa.
Yeah, red Ursa with a face in it.
Oh, smoke up on the XDN.
Alright, okay. That is a
Smoke
Roshan
it.
smoke.
Oh!
That was perfectly done. Huh, pretty good job. I don't know if they done that perfectly because it knew.
Then bust.
That was a really good Roshan. I mean, early kill comes for the cheese for the Lina, I believe. Yeah, mages for the Ursa. That's not looking good for MVP Revolution. And this is best of 2, so obviously there's no comeback chance for XD. They're not going to win this best of 3. At best, it's a tie, but it's much better for them to get a tie than to get a 2-0.
Yeah, and we saw the power of the fallen Lina there just against the Roche.
I mean, both for Lina, something that's never mentioned, but it's how great it is against objectives, specifically because of it boosts the damage of your whole team. Like it's like a raid boss kind of item. It's the kind of item that you would like in World of Warcraft because it's such a good item when everyone's hitting the same thing.
It's also exceptionally good against the troll.
It is. Actually.
You cast it on the troll, gives you true strike.
Yeah, and by battle trance, by constant whirling axes, right?
Yeah, that might be one of the defining reasons why he didn't take the whirling axes code.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the 28% magic percent still was really good against Lina, but
I still probably prefer it in most games, but
yeah, because the whirling axes cooldown, it's all right if the enemy team doesn't have any way to dispel that blind, but if they do, which is the case in almost every game. Okay, well, this is the blind smoke train. Choo choo. This is going into the enemy territory, having no clue where they are. That's not the best
run
of
into
ideas.
Magnus.
Oh no, Magnus.
Magnus sees them.
Trees. Magnus does see him, and they just found him out. The RP! No, has not been used. Yeah, it did get used. It actually got wasted completely. Pupper's ready for the team fight. Kills out the Magnus really quickly, and the Ursa's ready to fight, but the Legion Commander already wins the duel against that Lina. 2 cores dead, and the last one being slowed down. It's only speed draw. He does have the Aegis, but Jesus Christ, the guys at MVP get a really good kill here. And now the Shadow Shaman trying to kill the Warlock, but he can't because the Warlock Golem was here to help him out. As Warlock TPs away, gets another kill, and that's a great comeback little kills for MVP Revolution.
That was a really great ball there.
Yeah, it's on the RP. Oh,
like,
careful. Bounty Hunter. No, the Ursa got a really lucky bash. There's the Arc Lightning though. And the Storm Spirit not panicking, continues to fight him. And now Pupper joins the fray, wants to take the Aegis out, and will do so really quickly. They come in with a Legion Commander ready with the duel. It's going to be really hard for the Ursa to TP away, or blink away. He's not going to be able to. He's going to start the Trollo for quite a while. Press attack to save his life. Whereas the duel, no need for it as they just smoke screen in front of the Ursa and get that double kill. Well, double kill not entirely, but the Aegis and then the Ursa death.
Yeah, that is really bad for XDN there. Like, not only did they take a bad engagement, but then they lose their call after it. And now this becomes really difficult for them because do they need to commit the Ursa buyback for this?
I mean, you must, or you might have
because
to,
he was the last one to die, therefore he has such a long cooldown on his respawn.
And I mean, the Lina's back, but yeah, don't give him anymore. The Ursa has to go with buyback, yeah. They've already taken a tier 3, the last going gone. The Ursa jumping in, but he's been defused by the Blizzy, sorry. Really smart, Skewer cuts W Zayak, yes, trying to heal himself up, but he won't be able to survive this. Lina just orbital cannons himself away, and that long-range woman artillery manages to kill off the Warlock. As the net worth difference between both teams is actually getting smaller and smaller. Looking at the graph, you can see that XP, who we just have almost a 15,000 lead, is now down to, what, 4,000 actually? It's not even showing yet, the graph. But we know it's 4,000 because it's a new little feature that Valve added for us.
Which is actually surprising considering they've got a bounty hunter on their team.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out really well
before. Higher. Yeah, they're slowly grinding it back towards their favor, but you'd still expect it to be equal at this point. I mean, even if they're losing.
You still have the issue that the Troll Warlord is just farming out of his mind, and he's beating the Ursa completely in that regard. The Lina is farming much better than the Storm, sure, but you don't really care much about that because the Storm doesn't need that many items. The Lina does. She's very, very expensive carry. And she can't even get her Hurricane Pike yet. Decided to go for the impact later on. That is not a good, or that's not a good sign. Rather, not a good choice. It's a good choice, but it shows that you really need that initiation and mobility against this team. Oh, Storm. What was that? What? Okay. Alright.
Oh, they silenced the creep.
Did they?
They blood found the creep.
Better than dooming a creep, I guess. And Troll is like, okay, while you guys entertain yourselves with the Storm, I'm just gonna take yours down. Axe to death.
See, the bad point here is the Ursa's actually having to itemize around the troll now.
Oh, that's true. You have to play much more reactively rather than... Oh, come on. If you knew he was there, why didn't you just... Or if you had an idea, why didn't you just try to separate, whatever. Yeah, that's entirely true. He's actually playing very reactively rather than proactively, which is what you want to do with the Ursa. Because you're not holding the tempo of the game. It's actually MVP, surprisingly enough. Because the initiations from MVP can really screw over whatever XD does.
It's a Storm Spirit, just constant pickoffs. He just constantly keeps finding heroes on their own and picking them off before XD can react.
And whenever the Storm dies or is not, there for the team fight, you have a Troll Warlord still available, who is just a one-man army. I mean, that's what the Troll Warlord is. Literally, do a lot with very little items. And
he's got a lot of items.
And he does, yeah, exactly. So if you don't do much with little items, imagine how much you can do with a lot. Or sorry, if you do a lot with not much, then imagine what you can do with actually having a lot. It's like a lot squared. So, in that situation, after that great mathematical analysis, we're going to see Troll being silenced. Nope, there's that Bloodthorn completely dispelled, and they forgot about the Storm completely. The Trick Trade even comes out, actually dealing a considerable amount of damage. They kill off the Lina and the Magnus first very well here. And now the only thing that's left down is the Ursa. The two supports get erased on the map, and Speed Draw is going to cease to exist. There is no buyback on the Ursa, like you well mentioned. The Lina and the Magnets have just forced the buybacks from these two heroes. And I mean, I don't think that's going to be enough because they can't really defend. They do have an RP on the Magnus, so that's their last chance. Pubber comes in with a Satanic. The BKB wasted, but there's only a 5-second BKB, so the cooldown is actually quite low. In they go. Storm Spirit wants to catch out the Magnus, does not see him just yet because he doesn't carry the gem with him. He still has the Bloodstone, so he could be able to buy back, come back pretty easily. That Bloodstone really reduces his death time by a lot. And with that, they already take one set of wraps. Oh, Pubber, careful with the Magnus. Oh, the Magnus actually sacrifices himself here. The Bloodthorn ensures that swift kill. They have no RP for 100 seconds. No Ursa or Mad Bear for 50 or 60 seconds. Only thing left is this artillery woman of Alina. But alone, she's just but a glass cannon in this world of hurt. And they do use the Bloodthorn onto the Troll Warlord. Another waste of the Bloodthorn because the Storm is just ready to jump as soon as he sees that thing being used. The duel to finish off Alina. That's the 3 cores dead. Now the Bounty Hunter joins the group of the dead, and the GG will come out by XD saying, "No more MVP. We understand this was your comeback, your game to win from the start. It's gonna be a 2-0 for our friends from Kyrgyzstan."
Again, just beautiful performance of teamwork from MVP there.
19,000 at the end. Wow, that was much better than MVP Revolution. Very well played.
Yeah. That Storm Spirit really carried that game on his back. Finding those constant pickoffs really kept them in the game.
That Ricky also played very well. Those smoke screens have been on point in the team fights. The Fusel Blades top the Ursa. Frankly, MVP Revolution showing us that they are a tier 1.5 team at worst in the SCA scene. Well, within the SCA region. So they're definitely demonstrating that they do deserve this spot in the PD Cup. That said, guys, that is the last match of the day between MVP Revolution and XD, and the last match of the day as a whole. We are done with the SCA Cup for today. If you guys are interested, we do have some more matches, as you can see on the screen. Yep, as you can see on the screen, you can see the matches of the day. And actually, right now, we're gonna go and start with the stream between Angie and White in the EU stream, in the EU version of this cup. And let's do it. We'll be fighting against Thug Life at 8:30 CEST, which is in 3 hours. So, if you guys want to watch that, just stay tuned in the same channel. It'll be Mad Kings, or no, it would be Joe DXtry casting those games. And I'll see you guys soon with some more PD Cup SCA. My name's been DSwordfish. I've been here with Corrupt Robot, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks very much for joining us, guys.